You had a great piece about how the analysts on Wall Street have just kind of thrown up their hands on how to include SolarCity results in these results.
A lot of people are waiting for more guidance because the deal with SolarCity closed in late November, so you basically have a month of financials to kind of incorporate, and some analysts have just said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to sit this quarter out. Let's get more guidance.
I think that's insane because SolarCity was a public company.
Right.
They've got financials and very detailed financials going back for years and years and years. They know exactly how the business works. They know exactly what the cash flow metrics were of those businesses. They shouldn't need, if they're real analysts, hand-holding from the company. Say, ignore everything that happened before. We're going to tell you what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, I think what's interesting is that only 3 analysts who cover Tesla have any experience covering SolarCity.
But they gotta go back and read the Qs and the Ks and do their own. I mean,
I'm not arguing with you.
I know. I scream at the heavens. That's what I do.
I'm just saying. I think one of the other questions is it's not clear how does SolarCity fit into Tesla? Is it its own business unit? Is it part of SolarCity? I mean, is SolarCity part of Tesla Energy, or is SolarCity its own business unit? Are they going to break both of those divisions out, or are they now one division? No one really knows.
Yeah, and the numbers could be greatly affected by that, not least of which the cash flow. I mean, SolarCity, Tesla's been a business that's had actually negative and noticeably poor free cash flow results, burning through hundreds of millions of dollars in most quarters. SolarCity, however, is much worse in terms of burning through free cash
and the
flow.
promise of the merger was that we were going to see cost savings and synergies. Elon Musk promised that there'd be $150 million added to the balance sheet and $500 million over 3 years. So I think a lot of investors want to know, okay, what is the synergy here? Are we going to see this solar roof this summer? What's happening with the factory in Buffalo, New York? What's happening with the solar plus storage plays that they're trying to do together?
And indeed, the notion there, the Buffalo, New York factory is the panel. They're making panels there?
Well, solar cells and panels, but also the solar roof that Elon unveiled last fall.
This new product that who knows what that's going to give them. It's also interesting in terms of how these companies are going to come together, because it gives the company something else to focus on than the actual shipment dates for the Model 3. Where do we stand? That date has been falling back and falling back and falling back over the course of years. Where do we stand with that right now?
Well, the latest is that volume production of the Model 3 is supposed to begin in July, with shipments slated later this year. But I think the big question is, where are they on that timeline and that ramp, and what are they talking about in terms of volume? I mean, at one point, Elon said he thought that they might sell 100,000 to 200,000 Model 3s this year. I don't think anyone on the street expects them to hit that. So what is the latest? I mean, we're still trying to find out if the factory is ready.
So what you just said is interesting. Not that everything you say isn't interesting. Let me be very quick, Dana. But it's interesting that you're suggesting that because Elon Musk has made so many predictions over so long and not been able to live up to those predictions or promises of what the company's going to do, predictions is kind, that nobody even believes it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think he routinely makes comments on calls or publicly that are sort of wildly ambitious, and then he scales them back. And so the question is, like, people want to know, where are we on Model 3? But I don't think anyone actually really expects them to sell 200,000 Model 3s this year. Very interesting.
There's some corollaries with the White House. I think it's interesting as well. Does he really mean what he says?